Hi. So let's talk about the thinkers versus the doers. And in this video, I'm going to give you 4 steps to take you from thinking to actually doing stuff. So there are 2 kinds of people. There are people who are intrinsically motivated and people who are extrinsically motivated. And we live in a society where people think these 2 people should be different, but no. Most of our motivation starts from extrinsic. At some point, they flip to intrinsic. Now, the people who just go ahead and talk about what they want to do without actually doing it are people who are extrinsically motivated. While the people who actually put in the work to get something done are intrinsically motivated. And if you don't know the differences, the person who is extrinsically motivated is somebody who just wants to show off. He likes the attention he gets. He likes the way he makes him feel in the eyes of other people. But somebody who is intrinsically motivated is doing it for the sake of doing it. One, it gives him pleasure internally, and at the same time, he gets the external benefits that the externally intrinsic guy gets. So the goal is to get you from extrinsically motivated to intrinsically motivated. So, like I said, the first step, so don't go too much, the first step is curiosity. Let's be honest, this is the part that is very difficult to control because all through life, the only thing we can't control is our attention. And ironically is we have magically let our attention so loose that things come in and go. So we have a lot of ideas coming to us through social media, through friends, through colleagues, through family. But these things, they pique our curiosity. So that's the first level, curiosity. Your attention and curiosity. So now it has piqued your attention. You like what you're seeing. You like the end result. You like that stuff. So you go ahead and tell people, you like this thing. And because of how good it made you feel, you want to go and tell people that you want to go and achieve that thing. It's the same reason you see people try to be footballers, at the same time musicians, at the same time content creators, still run a business, do like 10 other things at the same time because their attention is scattered, the curiosity is scattered. And then they start making some useless commitments that they really do not understand what they're getting themselves into. So what I'll say is when you find something you're curious, which piques your interest, I'll say where curiosity piques your interest, go to the next stage, which is understand what it takes. Have this sustained interest, an interest that you keep coming back to. So what that means is that if you want to start creating content now, for example, you should go out there, look at content creators, look at what they are saying, look at what they are doing. This time around, you are still invested in that curiosity. You are going to understand the sacrifices to be made, the steps to be taken, the high-level steps to be taken also. And this is a phase where you will hear people condemn, which is more like a research phase. You hear people talk about how you should start before you learn. There's an element of truth to that. However, what I'll say is there's not a single soul who just wanted to create content, turned on his microphone without watching some videos and just went about doing it. They are very, very few. However, what I'll say is that you need to find the balance between research and implementation. So your job is to research the starting process. But in most cases, most content you see out there or most courses will try to make some things complex. That's why I tell people to always make things simple. And this simplicity is what you need in the next step. But in this step, your focus here is to actively keep being invested in that interest chose. So with your content creation, consume content that teaches you how to start creating content and look for. Now, mind you, also I must say something that if you have a goal, hold this goal in mind as you watch this content because subconsciously, you are going to find yourself picking ideas that sound reasonable to you and dumping ideas that don't sound reasonable to you. So and it will help you in forming your identity. So, still on the same researches, you will see people who will give you advice to do something that makes sense. For example, people who create content to run a business will tell you you need to create content that is based on your niche. But somebody who creates content to be an influencer will tell you to create content to just get attention. Those are two people playing in different ball games. So you need to consume content that basically align with your goal, basically. And you need to consume a lot of this, to be very, very honest. Your next step is actually to make things simple, simplify everything. Take the research you did in the second stage and try to form your own sort of thinking. So I have these guys who want this, who have these results, and this is what they are saying along the lines. So, for example, in my content creation journey, I was struggling with the idea of niching down. I don't want to niche down because the content I consumed are not niche content. I like to watch content that are inspiring, that I really love to enjoy. So at the same time, if I plan to create content for life, that is me personally, I'm documenting my entire journey, what I know, then I shouldn't be creating niche content. Because I like topics like spirituality, self-improvement, tech, business, marketing, philosophy, psychology. And knowing fully well that I want to just express everything that I know through content doesn't mean that I have to niche down. So I began to find common themes around what I want to achieve. So third step is to simplify and then to form your own theories as to what works. Mind you, this is where this is when you haven't yet started. And although people get stuck in this second step, which, like I said, is very tricky, the third step is what would actually allow you to take action, which is the fourth step. So this third step, the third step, like I said, is what will help you switch from extrinsic motivation to intrinsic motivation, where you actually get to feel like, yes, I have invested so much in this thing. It's time for me to actually skyrocket. And this is where people get it wrong. They assume because most of the things they did in step two are useless, so you should not do it in step two. But the honest truth is that if you want to have certain results, you're going to have to do step two. You have to form your own theory. Almost everything you see on social media are half truth. So circling back is that's why for most of my content creation, in terms of building a brand, I subscribe more to Dan Coe's philosophy because he has done his research. I have done my research and I've seen that I like his research already. I can pick what I want and form my theory on creating content. And the fourth step is to actually do it. Take your simplified results, your simplified theories from your step three and bring them into step four. By this time around, you're already intrinsically motivated. So even though you are telling people about it, you are still doing it because you are logically invested, emotionally invested, and now psychologically invested on different realms, even physically. So now you're taking action. Now you're putting out the content. Your content is sucks at first, but you know because you have a theory that you're going to get better at content over time. You're going to get better at content over time. So you're failing, you're making mistakes, you're learning from it. If something new comes again, you kick it out because you are currently working on this interest. You're currently working on this interest. You completely take it out. So now you're beginning to take action. You're beginning to have feedback from either the community or from your YouTube analytics, from your social media analytics. You're beginning to see progress, things that you can improve. And one advice here is a step at a time. Improve layer after layer. Don't fall for this idea of massive action where they want you to just overdo things. No, take it at your pace. And something that's super important is that feedback. Now, feedback at the early stage can be very terrifying. Trust me. If you're seeing this video, as at the time I made this video, I currently feel terrified knowing that I'm not seeing results. But I know that if I can keep controlling the process, just the process, at some point, the outcome will take care of itself. So when you are beginning to see progress, you are beginning to enjoy it, you are doing it intrinsically, then you can opt for feedback and look for things you can improve. So that's it. Those are my 4 easy steps to go from extrinsically motivated to intrinsically motivated. Extrinsic motivation will allow you just keep thinking about them. Intrinsic motivation is actually what will move you into action. So please, I hope you found this video very, very helpful. Please avoid videos that tell you things like you shouldn't learn, you should just start first. Please, there should be balance between learning and starting. And I basically give you everything that I needed to give to you. Thank you very much. Kindly share my video with somebody who you think you find it helpful. It is sharing the video like this that actually gets the channel to grow, that actually gets the movement to move. Because I think my last goal is to bring men who feel like society is in a decline, and they know that if they can be responsible for themselves and for those around them, that is the way society becomes a better place. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.